freedom. Always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention. You never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. Caught up in this perfection, pay attention, yeah, you never will, 'cause you depend, so you always will. If you arrest yourself again, I'll help you clean up the mess. I wonder
What is up, people? Dude, I'm fucking tired, bro. Fucking beat. Yo, 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 yo. The Rapture. I think the Rapture got canceled. Need you. It's over. Do you need? I need you. Let's go.
I've got no place to be
Alone, my friend, he cut his wrist instead.
There's your answer.
You better save yourself or else nothing like success.
I would rather be held in regret. Do you need anything like
I need you, it's over. Oh.
Do you need
Anything like I need You know I do. Let's go. I'm back too.
These are not my words. Tell me where are mine?
Most of the time.
Wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need
Yo, yo, like I need you, it's over, ho. Dude, I'm trying to get my energy level up. Anything like I need you, it's over, ho. Ba-da-da-da-da. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over, ho. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? It's over, ho. Anything like I need you. Let's go. Do you need? All right. Dude, so I did not watch the memorial. All right. I stayed pretty much clear even of most of social media today because, like, dude, it's getting thick out there. It's getting thick out there in fake Christian revival land, right? The fake Christian revival is like gnarly, dude. I mean, I saw some clips, and so can we just start off? Because I feel like there's one tweet I saw about a half an hour ago that, dude, let's go, Orwellian, appreciate you. That, to me, I feel like the tweet that I saw a half an hour ago just sums this shit up, okay? Because, right, look at this tweet. This shit is prophetic, okay? Because this person, 𝗙𝗍𝗎𝗀𝗀, said, kind of more striking who didn't speak at Charlie Kirk's funeral. Neither of his parents, no siblings, no old friends, not even his good friend Candace Owens, who refused to attend, mind you. Just his wife, Tucker Carlson, and a whole lineup of Trump people that maybe he knew, right? All getting in their agenda and their talking points and their Christian nationalist Heritage Foundation shit, right? And then this line right here. He really was worth more to MAGA dead than alive. And like, whoa, man, I read that and it just really hit me because you know what's so crazy about it, guys, is it wasn't even a memorial. It wasn't even a funeral. It was a Christian nationalist MAGA Trump rally, okay? That's what it was. It was like a Trump Christian nationalist rally using the death of Charlie Kirk as some type of, recruitment drive, some type of like trying to win favor for this Christian nationalist movement. Now, I saw a couple people like online talking about like, oh, his wife, she's so sad. She said she forgave the killer. But like, dude, I'm not buying any of that shit. Okay? She was on the major retribution train. And even if she says, oh, she forgives the killer, you know, she holds like Democrats/leftists responsible for this shit. Dude, I've been seeing on Twitter, everybody out there being like, Democrats killed Charlie Kirk. That's the new fucking thing, dude. Look at this shit. Look at this. Democrats killed Charlie Kirk, dude. Right? Dude. Democrats. Dude, I saw so many posts about this that were straight up saying Democrats killed Charlie Kirk. Now I'm not finding him, dude. Search isn't bringing him up. Dude, Elon's Twitter's fucking me over, bro. I was literally just looking at a bunch of these, okay? You know what I'm saying? Dude, now I'm seeing a bunch that say the Democrats didn't murder him, right? Oh, here we go. The next Charlie Kirk killed by Democrats. Right? Dude, when they killed Charlie Kirk, they tried to kill us all, right? Oh my God, dude. Dude, yeah, it's funny. Dude, now Elon's Twitter's not working with me, bros. I literally was seeing nothing today, but Democrats killed Charlie Kirk. Now I can't find any of them, bro. Dude, I'm getting fucking tossed here by Twitter search function, bro. Right? Oh shit. Who killed Charlie Kirk? Democrats did. Right? Oh man, there were a lot of them. Right? Violent, tyrannical Democrats are done for. Democrats killed Charlie Kirk. Right? This is, I mean, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it yet. Like the AI's not saying straight Democrats killed Charlie Kirk. But dude, I've been seeing a lot of this today, dude. Right? That's what I was seeing a lot on my For You page. Okay? If you look in the For You page, a lot of this was about Democrats killing the fucking Charlie Kirk, right? And a lot of it is this shit too. Dude, which is like a bunch of weird Republican, like, gloating. Have you guys noticed that? There's a lot of weird gloating. You got Milo. You got fucking, right? You got, Meghan McCain was, like, saying that, oh, the Republicans just won 2028. Like, bro, what are they saying, boss? Right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, they're like all kinds of shit implying, oh, they should have just let him have his debates. Who's the they? Right? Who's the they? Dude, this is crazy, right? This is fucking crazy. Yeah, this wasn't a funeral, though. Not by a long shot. Right? And all this shit. Like, dude, this woman.
Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, I'm sorry. Dude, I can't take this woman seriously. Father, forgive them. Or they not know what they do. Like, she thinks she's Jesus Christ. Oh, Father, stick a fucking cork in their ass, please. God damn, bro. Dude, she does look demonic, doesn't she?
That man. Man. I forgive him.
I forgive him. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, dude. This is phony shit, bro. That she forgives him. Like, whatever, dude. They're going to be, like, transphobic. They're going to be in a transphobic bender in, like, 2 days, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, she does need some mental health fucking shit. Look at all the white people, bro. Goddamn, dude. Dude, look at it. It is sea. It is a sea of white people. Look at that, bro. It's a fucking Klan rally. Dude, there are no black people because Charlie was racist. Dude, he was a racist, misogynist fucking twerp boss. Dude, it's so performative, right? Dude, not one network showed the memorial. Dude, let's go. Dude, I'm fucking punking this shit, bro. Yeah, dude, what fucking it's not even a memorial. Dude, it had nothing to do with fucking Charlie Kirk, okay? It had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. It was a political rally. It was a political fucking jive rally, right? Dude, I forgive him. Dude. Oh, shit. All right. So I guess let's watch a few clips. Okay. We'll watch a few clips. Again, I feel like that tweet, right? I feel like this tweet, where is it? This tweet right here really says it all. That, like, who wasn't speaking was, like, super telling. Okay. The fact that it was nobody really close to him. It was just, you know, his wife, who is trying to turn this into a TPUSA recruiting event. And she's been raising millions of dollars for herself, even though they already have millions. Okay. And on top of that, it was a bunch of, like, far right Republicans spitting their same political nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Dude. I'll see them in Valhalla. It was a MAGA rally. Dude. Well, you know, I tell you what, Marcia. Dude, DB Golding, let's go. Tell you what, Marcia, what we're going to do is I've got something special here from Zeteo that we are going to watch a whole bunch of videos. Charlie Kirk in his own words. This thing is brilliant. This article right here, I found it on Zeteo. It's by the Zeteo team, but it shows a whole bunch of his stuff with the video clips. And we're going to look at this because, again, I feel like it is my duty as a broadcaster to continually, like, show what this man was really about, at least for the rest of this honeymoon period. And it, you know, as soon as we have a couple school shootings where some middle school kids die of gunfire, everybody will move on from Charlie Kirk. But yeah, they have some great clips in here. Okay, some great fucking clips that are really toxic. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Some really fucking toxic shit that we're gonna look, right? Dude, yeah. I mean, they're milking his fucking death. Okay? They're milking this shit. Dude, absolutely milking it. But you'll notice, one thing you'll notice, guys, let me just tell you this, and this is important to notice, is look, it's not even really fucking like, you know what I'm saying? It literally is just now hit trending. This was not a big deal all day. It was eclipsed by other things. I mean, it's going to trend now on Twitter because Elon is certainly pumping it. But dude, yeah, most people don't even know about this guy. And what's more, it's just like, it's just a usual suspects sort of deal. Okay. Which means like anybody who's LGBTQ or an LGBTQ ally, they discover who Charlie Kirk is and they're like, ew. And anybody who's a Christian nationalist is like, oh my God, this guy was so great. But you notice one thing they never do, guys, is they never post clips. All the people who defend Charlie and say, man, Charlie was such a great guy, they never post any of his clips. Right? They don't post like, look at Charlie talking about women. Look at Charlie talking about, you know, American unity. Look at Charlie talking about us as a country taking care of the poor and taking care of the sick. Look at Charlie, the Christian, talking about feeding the hungry, right? Look at Charlie, the Christian, talking about like ending war in Gaza. Look at Charlie the Christian talking about, you know, USAID and their humanitarian efforts to feed the hungry worldwide. Look at Charlie the Christian, you know, advocating for universal health care so the sick can be taken care of. Look at Charlie the Christian advocating for school lunches for all children so they can not be hungry. Look at Charlie the Christian advocating for higher education for everyone so they can participate in society and, you know, fulfill their greatest potential. Look at Charlie Kirk the Christian advocating for strict gun laws because too many of our children are dying in cold blood in their schools. Right? Dude, look at Charlie the Christian talking about what they're doing to help the homeless. Right? None of that. 0% of that. Zero. None. Zilch. Kaput. Not a beep. Okay? Now, let's look at what Charlie Kirk did talk about, shall we? Okay, you ready? Let's look at some of the shit that Charlie Kirk did. All right? Charlie Kirk here, in his own words, 17 quotes you should read from the right-wing activist and Trump ally who was blown away on September 10th. Black people happening all the time in urban America. Prowling blacks go around for fun to go and target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. All right, here it is.
Despite that, though, a certain video went very viral, and we got a couple questions on this. I want to read this one from Rebecca from Idaho. Charlie, I watch the show every day. I love what you do and how fearless you are. Isn't it racist to call white women Karens? Are they just hurling it as a slur? Did you see what happened in New York City? What's your take on the so-called Karen story from New York City? As a white woman, I'm beginning to get pissed off when I hear it. Would love your thoughts, Rebecca. Okay, so this is somewhat of a complicated story, but it really isn't, okay? So there is a pregnant white woman who worked at a hospital who is going to go, basically in New York City, you're able to rent bikes, okay? So you're able to rent bikes, and this was the last bike of its kind. Last bike there. So she goes to go rent the bike, and halfway through whatever altercation was brewing, there seemed to be a back and forth between a black man and her. It might have been a group of black people, actually. And this video was seen over 40 million times. And the immediate reaction by the Twitterati and the immediate reaction by the social media jihadis is, oh my goodness, look at this white Karen.
Dude, social media jihadis Right? I mean, look at that shit. Like, social media jihadis. I mean, his lingo is just dripping with toxicity, okay? And weird allusions to violence, right? Let me find the actual quote, though. I got to find the actual quote. Oh, yeah. All right. It's coming up. All right. Here we go.
Who is in a racist way trying to say, this bike is mine, stay out of the way, black people, and basically bully her, weaponizing her white tears against black men. Seen 40 million times. Well, like so many of these race hoaxes, it turns out that this was a lie. And by the way, Twitter was calling out her name. In fact, one of the Twitterati said, she effing deserves. I hope you never have a moment of peace again. Again, this is a 4-month pregnant woman. Well, it turns out she actually paid for the bike.
Here it comes.
And something that is common in New York City is that young thugs will come up and actually, as you rent the bike, push the bike back in. Kind of as a way to troll you, as a way to be like, oh, you paid for it? Well, you lose all your money type thing. So this white woman gets completely misrepresented. This is a pregnant woman equivalent of Nicholas Sandmann. She got suspended from her job because of this. This is Nicholas Sandmann 2.0. Now, were they trying to hijack her? Were these blacks trying to go rob her? Happening all the time in urban America. Prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. So Tariq Nasheed, who's a bigot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, these blacks targeting whites more and more. That's a fact, right? You see the way that shit he says there? That's a fact, right? Dude, fucking, all right, crazy. Next up, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified, right? This is
and that's
gem.
why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
And that's why, dude. You see that? That's not who I am. It's not what I believe. And that other guy said that's the reality the left has created. We created the reality, dude. Let's go, Angel Ninja. Let's fucking go. Oh, dude, isn't that wild? Dude, that was wild. He said that's the reality the left has created. And yes, the comment about the right stuff, right? Oh, when the turbulence hits, I tell you what, guys, okay? When the turbulence hits, I've never once thought about the color or gender of my pilot. Like, I don't even think about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they even talking about? Who fucking thinks about the gender or color of their fucking pilot? Nobody, except a racist Christian nationalist freak. Like, come on, bro. All right, now this is the one. Okay, black women. This one's a big one. This is one where he says they're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know you do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Now, what's crazy about this is they keep saying that he didn't say this, but dude, this was like clear as day, guys. This quote, unbelievable.
You really have to wonder. In fact, you know, if we would have said 3 weeks ago, Blake, if we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
Dude, there you go. In his own words, very clearly. Oh, 3 brilliant black women don't have the brain processing power. Some eugenics, some racist fucking bullshit. Wow, dude, that is crazy. That is some crazy shit. All right, here we go. Again, the civil rights. We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act, he said. Okay, here we go. This is Charlie, right? And it was a correct attribution. I guess we don't have the video, but we have Snopes here. It was from America Fest in December of 2023, and Turton provided an audio recording to Snopes. Okay, so we don't have the actual audio, but the recording was provided. Let's see I would love to get a, let's see if we can find this. I want to find a clip. I want to get it on tape, bro.
How do we then best fight back and withstand the criticism where they're going to say this is just a white lash or this is just you being a white nationalist?
Right. Well, I mean, the simple answer to the white nationalist question is I'm not. You know, I'd tell them if I were, right? But I'm just not.
Oh, yeah, I'd tell them if I were. Sure you were. Sure you would, boss. Dude.
So that's really easy. I mean, there should be a backlash against the fact that they're being racist, because that's good. I mean, you shouldn't be able to be racist without accountability. So I don't have any problem with that. But I think there's lots of different tactics, whether it's lawfare, whether it's and kind of a creation, I think, over time of
yeah, somebody said their gaydar is going off. Your gaydar should be going off, dude. Your gaydar definitely should be going off. Let me see if I can find the clip in here.
From that time right now as they were from the Wright brothers. So there's a lot of things that have changed in American society. We're not worried about people not being served at lunch counters anymore.
Yeah, and the Civil Rights Act, though, let's be clear, created a beast, and that beast has now turned into an anti-white weapon.
Yeah, and that's the reality. And
the Civil Rights Act has created a beast, and that beast is turned into an anti-white weapon. Dude, where did they get that from, guys? Why won't it let me fucking mark the heart? Where do they get that from? That is such nonsense. Okay? That is such nonsense. Bro. And again, though, that it looks like they have had an audio. Here's what it says. Okay? He described a very radical view that the country made a mistake when it passed the Civil Rights Act. Okay? That's what is big thing. I have a very, very radical view on this, but I can defend it, and I've thought about it. We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the mid-1960s. And now the Civil Rights Act, of course, ended segregation. I don't know how you spin that. There's no way to spin that around, right? There's no way to spin that around, right? There's just no way. All right, now here's the death penalty where they were talking about kids witnessing public executions. This is a good one.
I just looked this up,
yeah.
Charlie. I didn't realize this, Jack. The last time that in Belarus, They used capital execution here was in 2019, and it was by firearm.
Yeah, that's how you should. By the way, this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised.
Well, this can't be right, can it? The last execution in France was guillotine in 1977.
100% true. They used the guillotine.
Until
the whole way.
77?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
There's videotape of it.
Honestly, that's like what we should be doing, and I agree. It should be public
And
it should be
televised.
public square.
By the way, you could fund
force
the
kids
government
to watch it.
You could have like brought to you by Coca-Cola, and no, I'm not kidding. By the way, I would totally tune in to see some pedo get their head chopped off, convicted by a jury.
By the way,
peers.
that's gonna get
no.
called
I'm talking about a real thing. I'm not talking
All
about
execution.
Dude, as somebody who literally just watched a public execution of this guy, it was not, I don't think people should be watching executions. I'm not better off for watching him bleed out publicly and die. I mean, dude, it's not healthy.
In Belarus or by firearm. That's
No,
not a choice or anything.
Andrew's saying don't make kids watch it, and I think no, the
Well, I
absolute
think at a
opposite.
certain age, it's an initiation.
16, if you can drive, you can
No,
watch
but hold
it.
on.
Not
You
even
see,
16.
If
I would
all of a
say-
sudden you look at some of these savages, like in Indiana, there was this guy that went in and killed a pregnant woman and her 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to watch that execution. That'll make my day better. I want to see him on a public block and get him be publicly executed. And I think that would be justice.
See, dude, why does he want to see somebody get executed? Right? Like, some woman that he doesn't know gets murdered in Indiana and he like wants to see him get executed. Like, seriously, that's savage. That is savagery, right? That is like some sort of weird mental illness. It is pretty ironic, isn't it? That we all ended up watching him get executed. Oh, the irony. Oh, shit, bro. Charlie Kirk buckshot.
You think children should have? You should see it. What is the age? At what age should you start to see public executions?
16.
I think you could do it earlier. I think you maybe at age 12,
Whenever-
like 6th grade or so. You are a person, they're old enough to, you don't need to like really wallow in it and have them be broken on a wheel or anything. But if it was something like chopping, if we had a guillotine or something.
I think it's the age where they can't be, I think there's too early and you become desensitized to maybe like this. I think it's when
Dude,
you can actually.
That bald guy, that bald incel is like saying 12-year-olds. They want 12-year-olds to watch people die. No, this is just their regular discussion. By the way, this is Tyler Boyer right here. This guy in the hat is the dude who was, remember the video we did about TPUSA covering up a rape? This is the guy who was helping cover up that rape from Waukesha. These guys are unbelievable.
Embrace.
But it should also be
The
taken
meaning.
in a holy way.
The meaning.
No, I don't mean holy in a bad way. I mean that like this is heavy.
Like, this is the
Bluntly,
meaning
we
of
have
it.
kids who are 14 who are committing carjackings in
100%.
cities and doing
Yes.
bad stuff. And I think
Yeah, you're
if you
probably
sent the
right.
message to them, if you do a bad crime, you will die, and it will be like this, and that
No,
will
but
be
just-
you.
just
But I
for-
think it
would be
tears
a
down.
positive message.
So
If-
my argument would be
Be a positive message. No, it wouldn't. Traumatizing children. And by the way, threats of punishment don't deter crime. If they did, you may not have noticed this, or maybe you have, but if you go to houses where there's a lot of punishment, a very strict parent, there's usually more bad behavior in those houses that have the strict threat of punishment and lots of punishments. It creates bad behavior. The best behavior comes from environments where they don't even use punishment, where just good behavior is rewarded, right? Reward is so much more beneficial than punish.
younger people
punishment.
get involved with that because they're around older people who do those things.
I want you to imagine
And gangs.
every day, all of a sudden they said, and today, remember that awful the guy that went and shot up a school? Because, the left hates school shooters, and so do we. But they focus on the gun. I think they're evil. So, you take one of these school shooters and they say, today we're going to publicly execute this person.
Dude, first off, the school shooters usually kill themselves, right? I mean, the only school shooter I've seen that hasn't killed himself lately is the school shooter that offed Charlie. Dude, what are they doing, bro? I mean, you think that's a joke, but it's not, bro. Okay, here we go. Here's another one, dude. The Democrat Party just supports everything God hates. Okay, here's a general demonization, guys, of Democrats. And as demons, as like everything about the Democrat Party is what God hates. And by the way, it's the Democratic Party, you fucking religious freaks. All right, here we go.
And more than anything else, everybody is on the other side. The Democrat Party supports everything that God hates. The Democrat Party is espousing the death of the unborn, the mutilation of our teenage kids, open borders, the destruction of our sovereignty, the elimination of our currency status. I believe there is
the elimination of our currency status, guys. That's God's heavily invested in our currency status and the fucking open borders. Yeah, God has come down and said, you know, America, you know, that border shit. Dude, I mean, look at that. You see how he takes the political, right? The political fucking points and he fuses them with this whole like fire and brimstone, like God, everything the Democrats do is what God hates. I mean, dude, that's crazy. Dude, God, I remember in, I believe it is Ezekiel 17, where God talked extensively about Bitcoin. Okay. If you, I mean, go get your book, go get that Bible, Ecclesiastes 69. God hath said, oh, Bitcoin, thou hast forsaken me. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
I believe there is a spiritual battle happening around all of us.
Right,
I believe there is the elimination of our currency status. I believe there is a spiritual battle happening around all of us. But don't expect a spiritual victory if our own pastors do not engage. Right now, this state is a Christian state. I want to see that to continue. But we need the faithful. We need those of you that have influence over your congregation to put pressure on your pastors. And those, if you're a pastor watching this right now, I hope this touches you. I hope you, and I'm looking right in the camera right now, I hope you give a Sunday sermon and you talk about how the Democrat Party believes everything that God hates. I hope you tell your congregation how to biblically vote. I hope you challenge them and tell them to get in the arena. Because everybody, we have 12.
You see that? Dude, what is that craziness? He's trying to convince church pastors to basically tell people, if you vote Democrat, you're going to hell, right? You can't believe in God and be a Democrat. Dude, that's fucked up, bro. That is so fucked up. It is like pure political hand jobbery, boss. So toxic. Okay, here's the empathy one. This is a good one where he says he can't stand the word empathy, actually. He thinks empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage.
And so there's some really good polling out of Alaska that shows that 𝗙𝗍𝗍 is gaining on Lisa Murkowski and is in a very, very good position despite the unconstitutional, immoral, incredibly complicated ranked choice voting system. Never should have been approved.
Dude, he said ranked choice voting is immoral, guys. Dude, you see that? Ranked choice voting immoral. That immoral ranked choice voting.
It's silly. It's backwards. It's rigged. It's awful. So the new communication strategy for Democrats, now that their polling advantage is collapsing in every single state. It's collapsing in Ohio. It's collapsing even in Arizona. It is now a race where Blake Masters is in striking distance. Kerry Lake is doing very, very well. The new communication strategy is not to do what Bill Clinton used to do, where he would say, I feel your pain. Instead, it is to say, you're actually not in pain. So let's just, a little, very short clip. Bill Clinton in the 1990s, it was all about empathy and sympathy. I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, but it is very effective when it comes to politics. Sympathy I prefer more than empathy. That's a separate topic for a different time.
Dude, what damage does empathy go through? All right, here we go. Feminism, guys. Reject feminism. Submit to your husband, Taylor. You are not in charge. But now Erica is in charge. If you bleed out, then the woman is allowed to be in charge.
But maybe one of the reasons why Taylor Swift has been so just kind of annoyingly liberal over the last couple of years is that she's not yet married and she doesn't have children. I say this non-sarcastically.
Yeah, there's no liberal women with children.
Sarcastically. I say this as a husband and a father. Having children changes you. Getting married changes you. And I hope that America's biggest pop star marrying the pharmaceutical spokesperson ends up conservatizing them. Taylor Swift might de-radicalize herself. She might come back down to reality. I want them to have lots of children. It teaches you something about yourself. Deep down, I think Taylor Swift actually was raised as a conservative that has gotten kind of caught up in this metropolitan liberal stuff, and she doesn't quite have an attachment to the conservative backbone that she was raised in, but this might reattach her in the best possible way. And I'm not saying this sarcastically. I've seen this happen time and time again. When people start to get married and have children, it starts to change your politics. It starts to clarify your worldview. And for Taylor Swift, who obviously is very popular and incredibly supported, Taylor Swift might go from a cat lady to a J.D. Vance supporter. And I think we should celebrate that.
Dude, what planet is he living on,
I think that
boss?
Taylor Swift having 2 or 3 children, she should have more children than she has houses. That is my challenge, Taylor Swift. And I'm not being sarcastic. I think that if she ends up having children, she'll stop this kind of liberal endorsing Joe Biden nonsense. And we want Taylor Swift on Team America. We want you to leave the island of the wokies. And we would welcome you with open arms. One of the reasons why so many people on the right have been just skeptical or at least a little bit negative on Taylor Swift is up until this point, that's not a great role model for young women to wait all the way until you're 35 and just put your career first. We just talked about this with...
By the way, he didn't marry Erica until she was in her 30s, FYI. 32, I think she was.
However, there's a great chance to change that. It's a great chance for Taylor Swift now to get married and have a ton of children. You can certainly afford it, Taylor. And Taylor Swift has been all, through America and the ups and the downs. And if you feel that violent shaking in your home, that is the earthquake of the pop culture. If you hear that high-pitched scream, those are the young ladies on your block screaming. And honestly, Pfizer pays well, baby. I mean, Pfizer pays the bills. That is quite a ring, Mr. Kelsey. I'm impressed.
Dude, Pfizer? What is he talking about Pfizer, bro? She sold hundreds of millions of records, bro. And he's talking about Pfizer as if she's getting a kickback from a fucking pharmaceutical company. Like, what a fucking dink, bro. We are so better off with this guy no longer sharing the planet with us.
I got to be honest. We don't know exactly how much Pfizer paid you to peddle that product. But boy, you brought in the Benjamins, sir. That is some impressive carrots right there. That right there has its own zip code. I'm impressed.
Dude, yeah, but the funny thing is like, dude, they're both millionaires, like multi-millionaires. And he thinks the Pfizer commercial did it. Come on.
All kidding and sarcasm aside, this is something that I hope will make Taylor Swift more conservative. Engage in reality more and get outside of the abstract clouds. Reject feminism. Submit to your husband, Taylor. You're not in charge. And most importantly, I can't wait to go to a Taylor 𝗙𝗆cy concert.
Dude, what a fucking weirdo. Yeah, but dude, he didn't make fucking all his money from a Pfizer commercial. The guy's a very successful NFL player, okay? And fucking, you do a national commercial, it's worth like $100,000, couple $100,000, right? It's not a huge deal. Not compared to his fucking NFL contract. Like, come on, man. What are they fucking talking about, dude? They're so dumb, bro. Dude, so dumb. Look at him, though. What a fucking degenerate, right? All right, reject feminism. Oh, here we go, though. This is the one where he talks about God's perfect law, okay? Because in this one, he doesn't outright say, like, oh, gay people should be stoned. But what he does say is he talks about stoning gay people is God's perfect law, which means if you're a good Christian, clearly you're not going to reject God's perfect law, right? Right? I mean, there's no way. What's he going to say? Oh, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I reject God's perfect law. No, of course he believes in it. Of course he believes it. He won't say it, right? Because if he said it, he'd actually be held accountable for his words. But what Charlie Kirk does with his gaslighting is he always kind of says things. So he gives you the point, but he doesn't outright say it in so many words. So that way he has the plausible deniability to hide behind.
She takes off the Miss Rachel costume and the uniform, etc. And she comes back and she's like, now I'm just talking as Rachel. And she goes, the reason I'm this way is because I'm Christian. And in the Bible, it says, love your neighbor. And really, I approach people in love. And if you're not doing that, I guess you're not really following the Bible. She didn't say that part, you're not following the Bible, but that was kind of the underlying piece there. So Charlie,
128.
What's going on with that?
Well, let's let her say it. 120, I'll respond, and then I got a dash.
I've shared prayers on here before and said, God bless. And that's because my faith is really important to me. And it's also one reason why I love every neighbor. In Matthew 22, a religious teacher asked Jesus, what's the most important commandment? And Jesus says to love God and to love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. There's no greater commandments than these. I believe it's mentioned 8 times, love your neighbor. So yes, everyone belongs, everyone's welcome, everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It doesn't say love every neighbor except. There are so many reasons I stand strong in love. I stand with everyone. That's who I am. And the love back and the God bless if you disagree is genuine.
Andrew?
I would just, to Jack's point, I'm dying to know, like, what do you think when Miss Rachel quotes scripture in that way?
I mean, Satan's quoted scripture plenty.
It doesn't just say love your neighbor, though. It does say love your...
Dude, Satan's quoted scripture. He drew Satan with her.
neighbor,
Like,
except
wow.
in a sense.
As yourself, but hold on. She's not totally wrong
Yes,
when she
as
says,
yourself.
first of all, the first part is Deuteronomy 6:3-5. The second part is Leviticus 19. So you love God. So you must love his law. How do you love somebody?
Here we go, folks.
You love them by telling them the truth, not by confirming or affirming their sin. And it says, by the way, Miss Rachel, you might want to crack open that Bible of yours. In a lesser referenced part of the same part of Scripture is in Leviticus 18, is that thou shalt lay with another man shall be stoned to death. Just saying. So, Miss Rachel, you quote Leviticus 19, love your neighbor as yourself. The chapter before affirms God's perfect law when it comes to sexual matters.
God's perfect law, guys, which clearly, right, if you're fucking Christian, you must obey. But anyway, the one point I do want to make about this that has always bothered me with these evangelical preachers like this, you ready? Is here's the deal. According to the Bible, if I read the Bible, okay, I was confirmed in a Christian church, I was studying to be a minister. The very clear through line in the Bible is that you do not judge your fellow human beings, okay? It's God's job to judge. Your job to just care about and treat everybody with respect, period. There is nothing in the Bible that says you're supposed to point out certain segments of society that are less than, and you're supposed to pontificate to them and tell them how they're living in sin. No, that is as big a sin as any other fucking sin. It is no human's job, according to the Bible, to fucking lay judgment upon anybody, okay? That in fact is strongly like argued against about judging or casting the first stone, or you know what I'm saying? Like nowhere in the Bible does it say you're supposed to run around being my judge and jury, okay? Not anywhere, okay? It's expressly forbidden. All right, George Floyd, we know he hated
But I am
George
also
Floyd.
going to offer some context and some nuance about the death of George Floyd that no one dares to say out loud, which is that this guy was a scumbag. Now, does that mean it deserves to die? That's two totally different things. Of course not. But the idea that someone who had 10 times the legal limit of fentanyl was illegally counterfeiting, trading counterfeit currencies, was resisting arrest, and previously put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, who then dies, according to the first medical examination for the Hennepin County Examiner, said he died due to asphyxiation or a drug overdose. The second, the medical examination said it was due to suffocation or due to the knee on the neck, that somehow we must say, you know what? Let's profoundly restructure society. And that's what happened, is that one video in one moment of highly emotional...
Dude, it's not just one video. I mean, guys, there's like 100 videos of black people like dying at the hands of police or being beaten brain dead at the hands of the police, from Rodney King, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, fucking George Floyd. I mean, dude, you know, Philandro Castile, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. There's hundreds of them, right? Hundreds of them. And what's more, though, is it's not Tamir Rice yet. It's not even about people just getting killed. It's about the very people that are supposed to protect them being the ones that fucking murder them. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But Charlie here, though, is he didn't deserve to die. So why are you pointing out that George Floyd's a scumbag? Okay? Like, Donald Trump's a scumbag. Okay, so what? Yeah. I mean, we can all agree Donald Trump is a scumbag, right? He's committed adultery on every wife, right? Porn stars. He's paid people off. He's threatened people. He's fucking stolen from workers, never paid his bills, laundered money, fucking embezzled from his businesses, bankrupted and fucked over investors after lying to them. He lies, around the clock, right? He threatens people with harm, fucking, you know what I mean? Gluttony, right? I mean, we can pull up the gross display of wealth, right? There you go. This is a sin. According to the Bible, living like this is a fucking sin. Like, come on, man. So, all right, so Trump's a scumbag too. Oh, but Trump is a scumbag that is worthy because why? Because he's a white scumbag who's MAGA. All right, next up, the replacement theory. All right, you ready? Here we go. Here's his beautiful Christian fucking belief on helping the poor and the needy and lending a hand to immigrants. But no, it's not a great replacement theory. It's a great replacement reality. Then he goes to talk about how Biden's bringing in tens of millions of people, okay? And they're all going to have 3 to 5 kids, while Native Americans, aka white, are only going to have 1.5. You're being replaced by design, he says. Right? There it is. It's not a great replacement theory. It's a great replacement reality. 10 to 15 million will enter. They're going to have more kids being replaced by design. Truly the most depressing story we will cover is that white Americans are going to be replaced by immigrant children. Yike. Okay, guns. We've seen this one.
Armed citizenry comes with a price. And that is part of liberty. Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. That's a price. You get rid of driving, you'd have 50,000 less auto fatalities. But we have decided that the benefit of driving, speed, accessibility, mobility, having products, services, is worth the cost of 50,000 people dying on the road. Wow. So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. Right. You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, yes, by having more armed guards in front of schools.
See, here's one of the things, though. You ready? So first off, He compared it to driving, but like, dude, driving has this really good, useful function. Okay, driving is like how we get all our goods from location to location. It's like how you have more time in the day. You're able to save lives with ambulances, right? It fuels our economy. Like driving fuels the lifeblood of our movement and shit. Cars are not designed to kill. They're designed to transport. And so there are ancillary deaths that come from this driving thing that hundreds of millions of people do every day. It is integrated into our daily lives. But like, guns are different. We don't need guns, okay? We don't need them on a day-to-day basis. They're completely unnecessary. They're not something that we use every day, that are a cornerstone of our fucking economic existence. You know what I'm saying? They're totally unnecessary, created for body shredding harm. Okay, they have one purpose only, which is to kill. That's it. That's the whole fucking purpose. I mean, it's such a crazy comparison there, right? That's like comparing like drugs and food. You know what I mean? Because drugs are like, yeah, man, there's drug deaths, but like, dude, drugs are not necessary. We don't need drugs. We don't need fentanyl, right? But we need food, okay? Food is like a critical portion of our fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's just so dumb. Such a dumb comparison.
We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
You don't say, Charlie. You still think it's worth it there, Chuckles? Right? Oh, shit. He thinks it's worth it. All right. Hey, your words, not ours. Congrats.
That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at baseball games? Because we have armed guards outside of baseball games. That's why. How did we stop all the shootings at airports? We have armed guards outside of airports.
Dude, he had armed guards watching him at Utah. How'd that work out for him? Huh? Armed guards.
How do we stop all the shootings at banks? We have armed guards outside of banks. How do we stop all the shootings at gun shows? Notice there's not a lot of mass.
Dude, first off, there were never huge issues with shootings in any of the places that he talked about. Dude, he's such a fucking cucklord, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay, now here we go. Now we get into his discussion about Jewish people, where he says Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews, and now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges, it's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. This is the whole Jews control the world, according to Charlie Kirk, and they're all like creating Marxism. Yikes, bro.
There is a real reckoning happening. Not, by the way, there are self-hating people in any group, right? And there are some Jews that are still like making excuses for all this. Not all of them, though. You're starting to see a fair amount start to defect and say, hold on a second. What have we done? Maybe those crazy right-wingers were right about immigration, that you can't keep on importing people that don't share your values. The ADL, by the way, has spent decades. The ADL raises nearly $100 million a year to just, quote unquote, fight anti-Semitism. They've been oddly quiet recently. Why? It's because they're only focused on random conservatives in middle America. The ADL makes liberals think that random Trump voters in Idaho want to do a second Holocaust when the Jew haters were right in front of them the whole time. In fact, the ADL demanded we let the Jew haters in. And in a stunning turn of events, the people that the ADL said were Jew haters are actually the biggest defenders of Judaism in Israel right now in the country. Us, conservative evangelical Christians. And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and
dude, quasi-Marxist. What does that even mean, bro?
nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. It's like time for you guys to wake up and say no more. Draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me. I will not live through another Holocaust. I'm not going to do.
Dude, and then he pulls the Holocaust in there? What the fuck, bro? Okay, what the fuck, dude? Dude, he has no idea what any of those fucking... Dude, no, he has no idea what any of those fucking words mean, bro. He just throws them around like fucking Trump does. Oh my God, dude. Here we go. Charlie Kirk discrediting Martin Luther King. Okay. In 2015, this is crazy though. Okay. In 2015, Charlie Kirk called him a hero. In 2022, MLK was a civil rights icon. In December of 2023, okay, Kirk said he was awful. He was not a good person. He said one good thing he didn't actually believe. Okay, so there you go. He's been evolving. Now, somebody mentioned this the other day. I can't remember if we watched the clip or if it was something I read on Twitter, but how a lot of these guys were liberal people that switched over as this grift became a monetized thing, right? Like Candace Owens was a liberal. She was a Democrat. She fucking, sued a college over racial discrimination, right? I believe it was a college, right? And then she tried to be a left-wing content creator and it didn't take. And then she switched teams. Charlie Kirk, I believe, was a liberal. We know Donald Trump was a Democrat. He could never elevate in Democratic politics. There's no way anybody would get behind him. But he switched teams, okay? They're just, if you want to be inflammatory, if you want to have a cult-like following, if you want to, become a messianic type figure, you have to move to the right side. Because on the left, they don't really do that on the left, okay? We don't turn our leaders into messianic sort of figures. That's a very right-wing thing, You know what I'm saying? And normally it's like once they get into that upper tax bracket and they start seeing a way to cash in on that religious shit, they just get in there and cha-ching it. You know what I'm saying? All right, now Muslims, dude, he has said a gnarly shit on Muslims, but, right, here's where he says Muslims plan to conquer Europe by demographic replacement. Now, I have another one where Charlie Kirk talks about Muslims. This one's particularly nasty, guys. This quote right here is super toxic because it says, and he tweeted this 2 days before he died, okay? Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. That is so gnarly, guys. So gnarly, right? I mean, it's so, violently ruthless. It's making allusions to, terrorism, saying the left is, trying to cut America's throat. I mean, this is so gnarly. Right? And this whole video, if you watch this video, we should watch that video. Let me pull it up because I feel like it's going to be important to see his words there because that video was was so toxic. This whole video, watch his disgust, okay, for the LGBTQ people in particular, okay, in this Charlie Kirk video. It is gnarly, dude. Just the pure disgust where he like lays into, it's this one. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Watch this.
The spiritual battle is coming to the West, and the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low-crime neighborhood, not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school. While also...
So if their kids are taught to be nice to lesbian, gay, and transgender, that's garbage. Did you see the venom right there? Like, he clearly is venomous and filled with hatred for all LGBTQ people, right?
Also, not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important. We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization. And this is where I think is a great rallying cry. Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white. Everybody, if you are Christian and Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, these two threats are combining forces to come after us. And it's time that the church stands and rises up against it.
See that? So he's the two forces, which is like being Islamic, right? Being a Muslim or being woke, are like a woke Marxist is rising up against Christians. But you see how so much of his talk was like filled with this venomous, like they're out to get us. We need to fight them, right? It was all war. Everything about it was like war. You're in danger. They're trying to kill you. They're trying to slit America's throat. I mean, this shit is gnarly, dude. He was like one of the gnarliest, most toxic people. Okay, here he is on Palestine, right?
I don't think the place exists.
What?
Because
Palestine, he says he doesn't think it exists.
I don't think the place exists.
What?
Because it doesn't. It's called Judea and Samaria. It's not
So
called Palestine.
You don't believe that Palestine have the right to exist?
No, everyone has a right to exist. Show me where it is. It's a non-existent place.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we're gonna.
That's why
agree
we're on
that.
different planets, right? What is the national identity of Palestine? Educate me.
Palestinians.
What is that?
Like, what do you mean? What is that?
Yeah, what ethnicity are they?
Arabs?
Okay, so all Arabs are Palestinians?
No.
Dude, Palestine was the name of the fucking territory, boss. Like, what an idiot, dude. Did he ever look at a map at what was there before, 1940? Like, what is he fucking talking about, dude? He is a fucking moron, bro. This is what happens when you don't finish community college. You never looked at a goddamn map of what the world looked like in like 1940? What a fucking clown, bro.
But they are Arabs? What you trying to say? What is your point?
I'm trying to say, because at what point does somebody become a Palestinian?
When they lived in Palestine, boss.
When he was born in Palestine, or if his parents are Palestinians?
Again, this is why we're talking past each other.
What you trying to say?
I don't think the place exists.
What?
Because it doesn't. It's called Judea and Samaria. It's not called Palestine.
You don't believe that Palestine have the right to exist?
No.
Dude, yeah. So there we go, dude. Like, isn't that fucking crazy? He's just like absolute denial, dude. Dude, and yes, now Charlie Kirk doesn't exist. This is true. I've heard that now. I'm discovering that Palestinians are talking about Charlie Kirk does no longer exist. What's up, Brian? All right, and last but not least, this one's particularly gnarly, okay? Trigger warning for those of you who are transgender, okay? Just so you know, trigger warning here. He's going to talk a little bit about Leah Thomas and he is going to dead name her, and he's going to say some gnarly shit about Leah Thomas in relation to God. So for my trans brothers and sisters in the audience, like, trigger warning, but this is the last clip, okay? But this is, again, how toxic this fucking piece of shit is.
The one issue I think that is so against our senses, so against the natural law, and dare I say, a throbbing...
Before he gets started, like, dude, who fucking dresses this clown, bro? Jesus, look at his jacket, dude. Like, homie, did Erica dress this fucking fool, boss? God damn, dude. I can't stand it when I look at it. It is like his mommy, dude. Erica, like, she fucking dressed him and she put a little string cheese in his pocket, right? His little mommy, Erica. Oh, he calls her mommy during sex, or he used to. Right now, she's probably having sex with the TPUSA board.
The one issue I think that is so against our senses, so against the natural law, and dare I say, a throbbing middle finger to God, is the transgender thing happening in America right now. We are in a church, and so it's important to remember Deuteronomy 22:5, a woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor shall a man put on a woman's cloak. For whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. You hear that, William Thomas? You're an abomination to God.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Wow. Dude, we could go in there and see that, like, you know, there's some shit about adultery in there too, but he's fucking sucking Donald Trump's knob like there's no tomorrow, right? You know what I mean? Like, bro, but did you see the venom in his voice? And people who tell me that this guy wasn't a racist, that this guy wasn't a fucking misogynist, that this guy wasn't transphobic, this guy is a fucking piece of shit. He was a piece of shit, okay? Humanity is better off without him. I fully believe that. I firmly believe that. And I know there was a Klan rally in Arizona today to try to memorialize this guy. But, like, yeah, dude, the throbbing middle finger, the throbbing middle finger. Jesus. Yeah, I know. Well, and that too, the way he talks about this transgender thing. What is a transgender thing, right? The existence of trans people, a transgender thing in America. Like, dude, he is so a throbbing middle finger, bum, 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 bum. Dude, what a fucking weirdo, huh? Isn't that guy a degenerate, though? Dude, his wife's penis. Dude, Duggarville. Oh, shit. Oh, let's go. He's not an Old Testament guy. He is sometimes when it's convenient, Brian. He was only a scripture of convenience guy, right? Right? That's really what he was. He was a scripture of convenience guy. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely making some content about him because he's getting so canonized and lied about now, and people are trying to expound on him like he is just some savior. They're trying to deify him, right? Because they're trying to like take his sort of white supremacy and try to like slide it in there as a foundational thing in the right wing, right? Thou shalt grift. Yeah, that is the 11th commandment, isn't it? Thou shalt grift. Grift. Aye. Dude, what a fucking clown car. But yeah, man, I was just not, I don't know, dude. I was not impressed by the shit I saw. You know what I'm saying? I was not impressed by, I mean, look at this. Like, what is it? Jesus, dude. Dude, what the fuck is going on here? Dude. Dude, what kind of weird it is, dude? It's like an all-star wrestling fucking Christian Klan rally, bro. Holy shit, dude. Like, what is going on, dude? Dude, with the pyrotechnics and shit? You know what I'm saying? Dude, she's up there praying. She's like, oh, dear Heavenly Father. Oh, please bring me a few more millions. Come on. Oh, please, not them Democrats. Please get Trump's hand off my pussy. Dude, she was like, oh, Lord, don't make me look at Trump's neck vagina, please. Please put a fucking cloth over his neck vagina. Oh, dude. Dude, look at her. Praise Jesus. Dude, this shit is fucked up, guys. Okay? This is fucked up, guys. Like, we are witnessing some people that are like way outside of reality. Like, they're ramping up the whole, like, Jesus, oh Lord, oh Heavenly Father. Like their brains are cooked on fucking Christianity, boss. And again, it's not bound by reality, okay? So you can show them like evidence of climate change and they're like, nope, not in the Bible, right? You can show them, oh, trans people exist. Nope. The Bible says they don't, even though it doesn't say any such thing, right? There was not even a word homosexual at the time the Bible was around. All the dudes were fucking other dudes, bro. Everybody was, dude. But again, if you look in this crowd, it is like 80,000 white people, dude. It is all white people. Dude, she looks demonic. I'm sorry, dude. She looks like a demon, dude. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Hello?
Dude, she's so fake, bro. I'm not buying this shit, guys. Dude, yeah. This shit is fucking demonic. Dude, wow, no words. Look at Trump, dude. Look at him. Dude, they're like, dude, he has fucking shoe polish. He has Preparation H smeared all over his face, dude. Dude, the hand is not good. Dude, the hand is not good, bro. A revival. Dude, what the fuck is going on, bro? They're deifying these people. Dude, Elon's back on Team Pedophile. All right, he is. Dude, Elon is now back on Team Pedophile. Him and Trump are back together. Dude, everybody's like deifying her speech. They're hanging out with Dana White, wife beater, right? Woman beater. Right? These good Christians, they like their men who fucking beat the shit out of the women. Now, Elon, look at this. Dude, look at this. Charlie Kirk may have helped Elon Musk find God, guys. Dude, look at this. Elon says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Oh, man. Dude, Elon has found God. It's in $1 trillion valuation. Oh, shit, boss. All right. Team Pedo is in the house. But again, look at it, guys. There's not a single person of color in this crowd. Not one, dude. Look at this crowd, guys. You will not find one fucking person of color.
One more time.
Dude, they're having like a prayer revival. Now, isn't that creepy? It is a Klan service. It is a Klan church service, guys. It is a actual Klan meeting, bro. Dude, let's go. Dude, no unity. Dude, no unity with these fucking religious zealots, bro. No unity. All right? We either get a national divorce or a boot in their ass. That's it. Are they serving food? Yes, they're serving white bread. Oh, shit. Look at this. Something big is happening. Elon is about to praise Jesus. His $1 trillion valuation, right? There he is. Dude, I wonder how much ketamine he got jacked up on. All right, let's see. Here's her message for men.
To all the men watching around the world, accept Charlie's challenge and embrace true manhood.
True manhood. Getting shot in the neck.
Be strong and courageous for your families. Love your wives and lead them.
Dude! What the fuck, bro?
Love your children and protect them.
Protect them from Charlie
Be the
Kirk.
spiritual head of your home. But please be a leader worth following. Your wife.
Dude, I don't like her. She is so creepy, dude. I don't like her. Doesn't she look creepy? She looks like she bites the head off of fucking small animals, bro. She does. She looks like she bites the head off of like fucking ferrets and shit. Dude, I'm serious.
Your wife is not your servant.
Oh.
Your wife is not your employee.
Dude, she went on her big quote, your wife is not your servant. Dude, yeah, you didn't even have a job there, Erica, until your husband died. What do you mean? You were his maidservant, handmaid.
Your wife is not your slave. She is your helper.
Oh, she is your helper. Oh, your hamburger helper.
You are not rivals. You are one flesh working together for the glory of God.
For the glory of God. They're so fucking creepy. God damn, this shit is creepy. Dude, what the fuck, dude? Dude, she went woke. She's woke right now, dude. Charlie's like, yo. She's like, wait, I just got a text message from Charlie from the afterlife, and he said, honey, you went too woke. Back up. Tell the women to submit. Dude, she's been CEO for 2 days, and she's already, like, woke. Holy shit. Apparently power fucks women up, bro. 2 days of being a CEO, and she's like, you don't have to submit to your husbands anymore. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord, dude. Jesus. All right, here's Tucker. All right. Fuck Tucker. I don't even want to watch Tucker. Dude, what's happening with Dennis Prager? Is he dead? What's going on with him, dude? Did he get a tracheotomy? What's going on with Dennis Prager? Is he having a penile implant or what, dude? What the fuck, bro? Oh, shit. Dude, something's going on with Prager. Is he dying? Dude, is he going too, bro? Dude, what's going on with Prager? He's in rehab facility. Yeah, what happened to him? Did he have too much gay sex? Dude, I think he had too much gay sex. And now he's like fucking getting a penile implant. Dude. Dude, the Christians are going to hate me, bro. They are, bro. All the Christians, they just are not going to like me, boss. I'm pretty offensive. If you're a Christian, I apologize in advance, man. Dude, he's getting a fucking... He's getting a fucking Prince Albert, dude. He's getting a penis ring, dude. He's getting a fucking, right? He's getting some steel for him and his boyfriend. Dude, so him and Benny Johnson can hit it at the next TPUSA event. He's getting a fucking Prince Albert. Let's go, Master Luck. Oh, shit. Dude. What is going on, dude? All right. Oh, we got to find out what happened to Dennis Prager. Oh, he suffered a spinal cord injury after falling in his home. Dude, he's paralyzed. I didn't even know that, dude. He fucking, I don't know if he was celebrating the Trump win or something. He took a fall, right? And fucking hurt his spinal cord in his fucking vertebrae and his diaphragm after falling at home. God damn, dude. That's fucked up, bro. He's fucking paralyzed from the fucking shoulders down. Jesus Christ, bro. Dude, what happens to these guys? Dude, yeah, no, Brittany, I know they are fucking using this. They are grifting like crazy, bro. Okay? They are grifting like crazy. All right.
And it actually reminds me of my favorite story ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, and Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power, and he starts doing the worst thing that you can do, which is telling the truth about people, and they hate it, and they just go bonkers. They hate it. See, and they become obsessed with making it.
Dude, they're trying to say that they're Jesus because the shit they're saying is hated. But, like, no, dude, you guys are hated because you're racist, misogynist, transphobic fucking weirdos. You hate the poor, you hate immigrants, you hate homeless. Like, what are we talking about?
We've got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us. We must make him stop talking.
Eating hummus.
And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's trying to make a comparison of Charlie Kirk and Jesus, and he's out there laughing about fucking killing and talking about hummus. Like, dude, how many TV dinners did this guy pound up his ass before he fucking made this? Oh, dude, holy Huck Finn, what is he fucking doing, bro? Jesus Christ, bro. Trump is copping a feel, dude. I did leave a comment under there. I was curious if Trump grabbed her by the pussy or not. Right? I was curious. It's a fair question to ask. Did Trump grab Erica Kirk by the pussy or not? Did she get a reprieve? right? No pussy grabbing for Erica Kirk, or at least in the first month of Charlie's death, there will be no pussy grabbing, right? The pussy grabbing waits. Oh, dude, this one is crazy. You ready? I think this is the one I posted on my timeline. Dude, look at this. Fucking here's what I said. This is the version of Christianity that exists at the Charlie Kirk Memorial right there. There we go. That's the Christianity that MAGA subscribes to right there. There it is. It's like, thou shalt have no pedophile before me, right? But let me show you this fucking, dude, watch this little clip of Marco Rubio. Guys, this is freaky, okay? This Marco Rubio clip, I'm serious, guys. This is some freaky ass shit. Watch Marco Rubio here, okay? This is crazy.
His deep belief that we were all created, every single one of us, before the beginning of time, by the hands of the God of the universe, an all-powerful God, who loved us and created us for the purpose of living with him in eternity. But then sin entered the world and separated us from our Creator. And so God took on the form of a man and came down and lived among us. And he suffered like men. And he died like a man. But on the third day he rose unlike any mortal man. And to prove any doubters wrong, he ate with his disciples so they could see, and they touched his wounds. He didn't rise as a ghost or as a spirit, but as flesh. And then he rose to the heaven, but he promised he would return. And he will. And when he returns, because he took on that death, because he carried that cross, we were freed from the sin that separated us from him. And when he returns, there will be a new heaven and a new earth, and we will all be together, and we are going to have a great reunion there again with Charlie and all the people we love. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, cool story, bro. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, what is that? Like, the rapture? Yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah, it's great. Great, man. I'm waiting for, like, floating angels and shit. Yo, Marco, you know what? I appreciate the story there, bro, but I'd really just love to be able to fucking buy food, dude. Or be able to go see the doctor when I'm sick, okay? Instead of waiting for your whatever, your Valhalla moment where we all get reunited with Charlie and fucking touch the holes in Jesus's hands and shit. Maybe we could just, you know, right? Maybe I could just go see a doctor, you know what I'm saying? Or fucking not have to worry if I get sick, I'm gonna lose my goddamn house. Fucking weirdos, right? I mean, I appreciate the rapture and all that, but dude, I just paid $32 for a steak, man. Unless you plan on rapturing me before I go to the grocery store, you better goddamn do something about the reality here on Earth there, homie. Dude, I watched my steak get raptured, bro. I watched my money. I open up my wallet and my money just rises to the sky. I'm like, what happened? The checker just said, oh, I'm sorry. The steak just raptured your entire wallet. I'm like, oh, look, my money's going to Jesus. Dude, my electric bill just quadrupled. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm watching my money just float into the air, and it's being picked up by Elon, who's now a Christian. Thank you, Elon. Oh, thank you. Your $1 trillion valuation. Thank you for rapturing my fucking son's college fund. I appreciate you. Oh, praise be to Jesus. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing, man? Like, homie. Oh my God, dude. Spirited Away. Dude, they got me. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. The shit is getting weird, boss. You ready for this? Now that we're speaking about steak, though, did you see the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 tweet? Look at this shit right here. This is an actual headline in the New York Times, guys. Hamburger helper sales rise as Americans try to stretch their food dollars. The price of beef and other grocery items are climbing, and consumers are turning to canned meats and a 1970s staple, hamburger helper. Bro, they can't afford real meat anymore because of Donald Trump's tariff policies. They're having to eat canned meat. But man, at least Antifa has been declared a terrorist group, right? At least they've cracked down on like the transgender person's ability to go to the bathroom, because now you too can eat hamburger helper and a fucking some canned salmon, right? Oh Lord, Lord have mercy. Hell hath no fury like a person who's out of canned meat. Dude, let's go, Marisol. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. It is Tommy though. I will correct you, Tommy. But, all right, dude, should we do a dance party goal? Let's see if we can get a dance party goal. Let's do it. We love you, though, Marisol. Thank you. Let's set up a dance party goal. We'll go 45 minutes. Actually, no, I'm going to go 30 minutes. Because I'm going to fucking leave early and get some videos. I got a little behind. I didn't get a lot of videos done today. Right? Today I was just feeling pretty chill. 30 minutes. Dance party goal. We'll see if we can get it. $2 super chats or more. Dude, this shit is crazy though. All right. Last thing we got to look at is we got to look at fucking, I want to see some Trump clips to round it off. All right, here we go. You ready? Let's watch a few Trump clips. Dude, I know. Isn't that funny? Think about that, guys. I think what Nat said right there, I think this is something we have to look at. Okay? That even inside, in front of his own crowd, a fully MAGA crowd with armed guards and with all the fucking people, he still is speaking behind bulletproof glass, guys. That says a lot, guys, right? It says that he's not even safe in his own house, okay? We know Tyler Robinson's not a leftist. Donald Trump is not safe in his own house. He takes the stage in front of his own people, and he has to stand behind bulletproof glass. Why? Because his people are sick of eating hamburger helper, I presume. But anyway, here we go.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
Dude, there we go. Nothing like the fucking their Jesus King, the King Epstein pedophile Trump himself, saying, you know what? Forget all this forgiveness shit. I hate my opponents. I want vengeance. I want retribution, right? Opponent. Yeah, he did say singular. Who is his opponent? Okay, look at fucking Stephen Miller, though. Oh, my God. Look at this. Miniature Goebbels fucking snorted like 5 lines of Ozempic before he took the stage.
The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing.
Dude, he loves foment. He throws foment in there every time.
You are nothing. You are wickedness. You are what do you have?
Oh, here we go.
Against us? Good, what is virtuous, what is noble.
Hold on, I want to hear this whole part.
Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity.
Dude, what is he on, bro? Dude, nobody in that room is building shit or fucking like uplifting humanity. They're all like eating pork rinds and fucking, blowing up toilets. The fuck is he talking about? Foment. Dude, foment this, fucknuts. You fucking weirdo. Jesus Christ. All right? All right, and then here's Trump delivering some remarks about Joe Biden, of course.
The very angry, mean Biden. Biden was always a mean guy, but never a smart guy. Even you go back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, he was a stupid guy, but he was always a mean son of a bitch, How's it working? Not working too well for him right now, as that says. So when you start feeling sorry for him, remember, he was a bad guy. And I created
So he's alluding to Joe Biden being mean, and therefore him dying of cancer, you shouldn't feel bad for him, right? Because he's a mean, bad guy. Dude, Biden, really? Dude, what the fuck is he talking about, dude? It is crazy, bro. It is fucking crazy. Dude, oh, that's funny. That's it, libtards. We are no longer playing nice. He takes a mask off. It's the same face underneath it. Dude, so true, isn't it? We will prevail. All right, here we go. Here's his tariffs. Dude, here's what we're talking about, guys. You ready? When Donald Trump spoke at Charlie Kirk's memorial, naturally, the subject that really needed to come up was tariffs, right? That's the important thing, guys, at this memorial. All right, it's great that you're here to memorialize Charlie, but let me talk about my tariffs.
Just like Charlie and Erica made Turning Point hot, we are looking at a country that has the chance to attain a level like never before. Tariffs are making us rich again, richer than anybody ever thought was possible. And the only one challenging them are people that hate our country or foreign countries that are paying a price, because they did the same thing to us for years. They took advantage of us, but we're making money. We're becoming richer and richer. And we're taking care of our people better and better when we do that. And we can take care of other countries better and better. But we're doing unbelievably well. The tariffs have really been a hold. The election was big, but the tariffs, because of the election, came in. And remember, other nations do that to us. And Charlie understood that. He saw the money. He saw what was coming into our country, and we can use that for Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all of these things that we fight so hard for. And that's exactly what's happening. The numbers are incredible. When the news...
Dude, what is he talking about, bro? Tariff word salad. He was fomenting some horse shit right there, bro. Jesus. What the fuck, boss? Okay? What are we doing, dude? Right? And then, on top of this, again, on the topic, while we're talking about Charlie Kirk, let's discuss Chicago.
We got rid of, we took out 1,500 career criminals, 1,500. If you have 3 career criminals, that can make a big difference. But I'm so proud of Washington, D.C., and now we're going into Memphis. and we'll get that one straightened out fast. And then we're going into some others, but we're going to go to Chicago, and we're going to have Charlie very much in mind when we go into Chicago.
We're going to have Charlie very much in mind when we go to Chicago. Dude, they're doing it. ICE is now doing it for Charlie. Of course he brought up Chicago. You know why? Because Chicago is code for black people. So when he brings up Chicago in front of all these people, oh, Charlie's with us when we go into Chicago, he's telling all those white people that we're going to go stick it to the black man, okay? In honor of Charlie, our fucking king racist bitch. The guy who, like, we all had to watch bleed out a fucking week ago.
And we'll get that one straightened out. You have an incompetent governor who he thinks it's okay when 11 people get murdered over the weekend. He thinks you don't have any crime when 11 people get murdered.
Yeah, dude, you should probably send the National Guard into Orem, Utah, right?
And 28 people get shot. He says he's got crime. No, they don't have it under control, but we'll have it under control very quickly. So we're going to be doing that. And Charlie loved what we were doing. He was so proud of what happened. He was there to see it. He so proud of what happened in Washington, D.C.
Dude, what a fucking con job, bro. Dude. Yeah, he was so proud of, like, firing missiles into, Venezuelan fishing boats. Right. And then retroactively saying that it was, of course, they were fucking drug dealers. Right. Yada, yada, yada. Dude, beautiful and touching memorial service. Yes, indeed. Right. Oh, Lord, dude. Like, what a memorial. All right, guys. Dude, we need 6 more. 20 minutes, boss. Let's hit it up. Dude, that shit is crazy. Dude, that is wild, bro. What the fuck are we doing, boss? All right, let's see this one.
The Department of Justice is also investigating networks of radical left maniacs who fund, organize, fuel, and perpetrate political violence. And we think we know who many of them are.
Yeah, they're fucking full of shit, bro. Right? Because at the end of the day, dude, there's no tie to fucking, right? Leftist groups, okay? No evidence found of ties between, dude, Pinky, let's go! Dude, Breckos, let's go! Dude, no ties, okay? And again, Trump is gonna fucking pound away at this bullshit about leftists, but they have found 0 ties to leftist groups. There are no leftist groups that are funding fucking terrorism. Leftists aren't even into terrorism. I mean, leftist terrorism is literally like throwing like paint on a fucking painting because of climate change. That's like leftist terrorism is like property damage. Burning down a government building after an agent of the government murders a citizen. That's what leftist terrorism is. Right? It's like literally they don't go around killing people. Most leftists don't even believe in guns. Right? But he is not a leftist. There's no link to leftist groups whatsoever. None. 0.
The Department of Justice is also investigating networks of radical left maniacs who fund, organize, fuel, and perpetrate political violence. And we think we know who many of them are.
Oh, yeah, sure you do.
But law enforcement can only be the beginning of our response to Charlie's murder. Over the last 11 days, we have heard stories of commentators, influencers, and others in our society who greeted his assassination with sick approval, excuses, or even jubilation. You've heard that.
Yeah, there are some people who've been jubilant. And dude, imagine how jubilant we're all going to be when this guy's dead. Holy shit, bro. They're going to try to get us all fired. It is going to be a worldwide fucking party.
So have I. Couldn't believe it. Some of the very same people who spent the last 8 years trying to sit in moral judgment of anyone who disagreed with them about politics suddenly started cheering for murder. Incredible.
I don't think we cheered for the murder, right? I don't think anybody cheered for the murder. I think some people were like, wow, this guy really got what he was putting out into the world. And he was a really toxic guy. And so now, like, part of the world can start healing now that his particular brand of toxicity is, like, gone. But I don't know that anyone was just cheering jubilant murder. Now, I know on Twitter, Elon's bot farms were certainly probably pushing a whole bunch of leftist propaganda, right? I'm sure there were a million bots that were saying shit about cheering for the murder. That's like part of Elon's rat fucking thing. But I think most people were not cheering for the murder at all. We were just like, man, this guy was a terrible fucking guy. And it sucks that he died, but we're probably better off with him not being here. And that's not cheering for it. That's just a sense of reality of like, yeah, this guy was so fucking toxic that the world is actually better off with him not in it. And that's like the truth, man. We looked at all the terrible shit he said. You know, it's like...
You know the names. They're major losers, by the way. That will be proven out in a short period of time. Some of the very people who call you a hater for using the wrong pronoun were filled with glee at the killing of a father.
Oh, yeah, now he's got to turn it into a pronoun thing. You see there?
Two beautiful young children. And the same commentators who this week are screaming fascism over a canceled late-night TV show where the anchor had no talent and no ratings. Last week were implying that Charlie Kirk deserved what happened to him.
Dude, he never said that. It's more lies.
No side in American politics has a monopoly on disturbed or misguided people. But there's one part of our political community which believes they have a monopoly on truth, goodness, and virtue, and concludes they have also a monopoly on power, thought, and speech. Well, that's not happening anymore. We've turned that corner very quickly. Tragically, atrocities of this kind, and kind that we saw in Utah, of all places, are the eventual consequence of that kind of thinking. If speech is violence, then some are bound to conclude that violence is justified to stop speech. And we're not going to let that be justified.
Dude, what is he talking about, bro? He's not even making any sense, dude. Dude, Jesus. Yeah, dude. Dude, when he's dead, like, I'm going to be fucking celebrating. Dude, we are all Antifa, all right? Dude, Nick Fuentes said it was disgusting. I know, dude. Right? All this shit.
The Department of Justice is also investigating networks of radical left maniacs who fund, organize, fuel, and perpetrate political violence.
Oh, we already saw that clip. Dude, yada, yada, yada. Dude, funding. Oh, like, we're going after the radical leftists. Dude, this guy. Fucking despicable. Let's go. We need 4 more, baby. Let's get that dance party. 10 minutes. 4 more. Let's dance it up. Oh shit, I want to finish this with the dance, guys. I'm feeling vibey. Let's hit it. Dude, it's just insane, guys. You know what I'm saying? This shit is insane. You wish you had a fraction of my energy? Dude, let's go, Duke. Dude, I'm low energy tonight too, man. But I have an energy issue, just so you know. I have an energy I have a little problem with energy. Okay? I do. I very much do. Right? I have way too much energy. Dude, dance? Yeah, no, we're trying to get that dance party. We need 4 more, though. 11 minutes, 4 more. Dude, this shit is crazy. Oh, good. Christian nationalism is trending. Right? Woo. Dude, yeah, Christian nationalism is no bueno, dude. Yeah, did you see this? I thought this was pretty good. Charlie Kirk is the first school shooting Republicans have ever cared about. Oh, that really hits home, doesn't it? Yeah, that's like, it's like, wow, I feel that. Dude, let's go, James Black. Let's go, baby. Elon's gonna take a beating. Oh, thank you, Elon. He's a Christian now. Didn't you know Elon's a Christian? Dude, I saw some zingers today, dude. The other one I got from our chat, guys, right? This one, somebody put this in the Discord today. I thought this one was pretty good right here. So are these Charlie Kirks in the room with us right now? Right? We are all Charlie Kirk. You've created 1 million Charlie Kirks. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought this one was pretty good. Are these Charlie Kirks, are they in the room with us now? Or like, are you seeing them at the gas station? Dude, what's going on? Dude, oh shit. Oh shit. Dude, right there. I like that bumper sticker. All right, we need 3 more, guys. Let's go. Let's hit it. Let's bring it home for the dance party. 2 more, baby. Let's go, Jays. Oh. Let's go, dude. I love hearing that bell, dude. Dude, I am a radical leftist. But look what else they were doing, right? Dude, they were registering people to vote at this thing, dude. Look at that. Like, vote. Register to vote. You can vote for Christian nationalism. Charlie wants you to register to vote. That's what the fucking thing says. Dude, it is all like, look at that. Charlie wants you to register to vote. It's all just like weird political manipulation. Jesus. Dude, let's go, baby. Dude, absurd. We appreciate you. 1 more. Oh. Oh. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, look at this. Here's a priest assaulted by ICE agents, okay, at a protest. There you go. That's how Christian nationalists they are. That's how Christian these guys are, that they're fucking pepper spraying a fucking priest, bro. Nice. Nice work. Good job. Good job. Great. Great job. Dude, yeah, guys. Seriously, I think you should start going to TPUSA events. I hear that Emily Saves America gets fingered in the lobby, guys. Like young women, college-age women are getting fingered in the lobbies at TPUSA events. So instead of going to fucking, you know, what's it called? What's the fucking adult convention in Vegas? Dude, I can't remember the name of it. Dude, what is it? VidCon? No, not VidCon. AVN. Instead of going to AVN, you should go to a TPUSA event. Right? That's right. AVN. Thank you. I should know that. Dude, I love adult entertainers, but I didn't know what AVN was. I should know that shit, dude. DEF CON. Instead of going to see the Deftones, you can go to watch Emily Saves America get fingered at your next TPUSA event. And, dude, Randy Fine was kind enough to share some footage of Benny Johnson at the last TPUSA event, too. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but here we go. We've got some footage of Benny Johnson doing his little dog rollover. There he is. There's Benny Johnson in his dog outfit. This is at the TPUSA event in Waukesha. There he is. Look at Benny. Oh, Benny Johnson. Good job, Benny. Dude. Dude, I 100% can see Benny. That's Benny Johnson right there, dude. Thank you. Thank you, Benny. His wife is crying in the hotel bar, but Benny does a good job. We love Benny Johnson. Dude, we got a dance party. All right. This is where I get off, guys. Yeah, no, I gotta go. We're gonna dance real quick. Let's get fucking edit mode going. I gotta go get caught up on videos, guys. I gotta get some videos made, bro. I've been slacking. I've never played Cyberpunk. No, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of that game. When I played games, I played Fortnite. I was a professional Fortnite player, right? I've really only liked 2 video games in my life. I liked Star Wars Battlefront, the original one. Then I played Fortnite and I got famous and made a little bit of money playing Fortnite, doing pro Fortnite back during the pandemic. And then I did play a little bit of GTA RP, and I liked it, but it was like too addicting. I was playing it like 16 hours a day, dude. Streaming it. It was crazy, bro. So yeah, so I gave up the games though, because they're just really addicting. And I don't like, I don't know. I get super addicted to that shit. And then I get like, and I don't know, making videos, like making YouTube videos about Fortnite just didn't make me happy. It made me feel like, you know, the content was like I was making widgets, you know? Like the content I'm making now, I feel like I'm doing something good for the world. And when I was making video game content, I was making these widgets, and I felt like I was making money off young children being addicted to video games. And that made me feel pretty gross, because I mean, I'm 18 years sober, right? And so like being sober for 18 years and then making a whole bunch of money off young children being addicted to video games did not sit well with me, guys. It did not. I mean, I have a sense of integrity that is fucking, you know, Tyler Robinson was into Helldiver and shit. Yeah, no, I have a fucking integrity. Like I had the same shit when I was a bartender, right? I was a good bartender and I loved the social aspect of it and made a ton of money, but I did not feel good making money like poisoning human beings. Even though they're there of free will, it still felt like I was like selling weapons or something. You know, and gaming felt the same way to me. It just didn't feel good, right? I went to this event in LA where like everyone was like getting my autograph and shit. And I had this moment, guys, where I was in the hotel, okay? I was in the hotel and this kid who was like, I don't know, he was like 7, came up with his dad and asked me to take a picture and for my autograph. And he said he like was a big fan of me on TikTok. And I was like, dude, that after he walked away, I was like, dude, that kid is 7 years old. That kid should not be on TikTok. He should not be watching me on fucking TikTok. That was weird, man. It really fucked with my head because I was like, dude, how fucking young are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just, I don't know, man. It felt really weird. I didn't want to be part of that, you know? You know what I'm saying? All right, you ready? We're fucking dancing, bro. Couldn't do it, man. It's a fun game, though. Dude, Jenny and I still play Fortnite like once a month. I enjoy it. Although, man, if I had, I didn't let my kid play those kinds of games until he was like 12. There was no fucking way he was playing those games, those high dopamine games at like 6, 7 years old. Like, fuck, bro. You're setting your kid up to be like a gambling addict or some shit. Right? Like if kids are doing that, getting that much dopamine at age 7, like, bro, they're going to be snorting cocaine or playing slot machines by the time they're 15. There's nothing else that's going to fucking, come up to that level, bro. It's like, come on, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing to these kids? You ready? Let's fucking dance, baby. Let's go. Get in.
go! Come on! This feeling that I have. If you're at home, dance it up, baby! Shit is good for your soul! Let's go, baby. Dude, I love to dance, boss. It is a good workout. It's good for the soul, too. There's something about it that's freeing, right? When you just move your body to music unself-consciously. It's like, it's freeing, right? Not getting caught up and worrying about if you're embarrassing or what people are thinking about you or trying to live up to anything. You just move. Just let the music, fucking the joy roll through your body, you know? I love that shit. All right? Now, I'm gonna go make some videos, guys. I'm gonna go try and fucking, you know, I don't know, make sense out of this fascist bullshit that we're dealing with, right? I'm gonna go try and make a statement about standing up to these dumb fuckers, all right? Because we are not gonna let these weird Christian nationalists take over. Not gonna let them fucking manhandle us, you know? All right? You guys, be good. All right, take care of your head, and I will fucking, you know, I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Love you guys. Good night. We're gonna go out with a little bit of drown. Love ya. See you tomorrow.
what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pink. This is it, I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great, so why are you complaining? You're on blue. If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. You found out that nobody is perfect, and you doubt that anything is worth it. Look around, the world is a circus. You're on blue. So provoking, I forgot to mention. Are you joking? I need some attention. And nothing's working, so change your direction. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am. When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you.